As those who follow this ministry and understand what has been taking place, the judgment angels that were released December 29th of 2022, what has been taking place throughout 2023-24 coming into 25. Also those of you who follow this ministry and know the judgment that was spoken last year concerning the sun. The very message that was given to me in May to speak thus saith the Lord of Revelation 16 to be released upon the sun. And those who follow this ministry know, and those who do their own research, in 24 we end up having record heat. We've seen since 23 and 24 the water is warming up, many things going on. It's been taking place. We also understand the judgment angel Wormwood, the flooding, the massive flooding that has been taking place continually in this hour. But I want to share a dream. I've talked about it in the message called Necessary Evil, but I want to actually upload the morning or afternoon that I recorded the dream, which was I had the dream on March 3rd of this year, and what I saw with the sun and the fires breaking out everywhere. And since that time, since March 3rd, Texas is under massive fire outbreaks, so is Oklahoma. And this judgment that the sun is creating will only continue upon the land. But before I share the dream, this is what the Lord led me to in the scriptures the other day, and I'd like to read it. This is Ezekiel chapter 15. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is the vine tree more than any tree, or than a branch which is among the trees of the forest? Shall wood be taken thereof to do any work, or will men take a pin of it to have any vessel thereon? Behold, it is cast into the fire for fuel. The fire devoureth both the ends of it, and the midst of it is burned. Is it meat for any work? Behold, when it was whole, it was meat for no work. How much less shall it be meat yet for any work, when the fire hath devoured it, and it is burned? Therefore thus saith the Lord God, as the vine tree among the trees of the forest, which I have given to the fire for fuel, so will I give the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And I will set my face against them. They shall go out from one fire, and from another fire shall devour them. And you shall know that I am the Lord, when I set my face against them. And I will make the land desolate, because they have committed a trespass, saith the Lord God. God bless you, and here's the dream. Alrighty, finally want to record this. I already shared it with Brendan earlier. So I had a dream this morning, and you see a lot of people, a lot of the narrative out there from the enemy, that it's them starting these fires. It's always a distraction of the devil to get people away from the wrath of God and the judgment of God, and why the things that have been happening over the last over 2 years now, since the judgment angels have been released. And everything's been taking place, and the tornadoes getting worse, and the water getting warmer, and the sun getting warmer, and the water bleeding more than it ever has in different places, etc., etc. So I preached the message last night as I had seen these fires now breaking out in South Carolina, close to Myrtle Beach area. And the man makes a statement of, they're talking about above normal temperatures and dry. So I have a dream this morning, in the dream. It's a sunny day. It feels like it's a holiday. And I remember reaching out to Brendan, and I knew he was busy with his family, and I was like, hey man, you want to go camping? He's like, yeah, we were talking, communicating through the phone. And as we're communicating, now I'm out in the country, and it's a cornfield, and I see the sun is so powerful, and the heat, the warmth of it, that I see it begins to start a fire, and a fire starts to take place. It's spreading across the land. So there you go. That's again God showing that it's his judgment that's bringing this stuff in this hour. So, and then the dream shifts. I'm now like in another country. Sort of feels like maybe the Philippines or South America, one of those two countries. And I'm going down a long, straight, narrow road. And I'm driving along. And I remember there's a weapon in the road, that it's a very dangerous weapon. Kind of makes me think of a sickle. And I go past it, and I continue this direction. And then all of a sudden I see ahead of me, the road is now flooding. The water is filling up fast. There's major flooding coming. I know I'm in a car by myself. So I stop. I go back the other direction. I'm going back the other direction. Now it's flooding, even as I'm going back the other direction. And then I finally get to a high mountain area. There's a bridge. I look down in the valley, and there's a hospital. I go down to in front of the hospital, and there's nurses, and the sense of death, and not good. That's my dream. There's a big head in the sea right there. Every kind of color you can imagine.
There is a massive wildfire near Austin, Texas. The last time I reported on this just a couple hours ago, we're talking 400 acres. Now we're talking 9,000 acres with 0% containment. Let's chat. If you're new to my account, my name is Ford Sanders. I'm a journalist based out of Austin, Texas. This takes us to Fredericksburg, Texas. Popular, you may know it. It's like wine country. It's about 45 minutes to an hour, but that fire is already at 9,000 acres. And look at our sky here in almost downtown Austin. I mean, you guys can see right here. You literally can stare directly at the sun. That is insanity. We're going over the Lamar Bridge right now that connects with the South Lamar. But it is just so crazy. And then like the rest of the city too is just covered with snow. And just to be more specific, it's near Fredericksburg. It's in Gillespie County. We're looking at 8,640 acres, 0% contained. This is so bad. Here's just some of the images I took from downtown Austin. Look at the sun right there, just completely covered in haze. It's so scary. Fire officials and first responders are, of course, already doing evacuations out of these cities. The big problem is it's extremely windy right now. When it's windy like this, your fire danger goes up, up, up. Embers, that's ashes or embers from the fires, can just spread. They can start jumping interstates. They can jump to other cities. That's the big concern here as this fire continues to grow.
Watch as large swaths of Oklahoma were engulfed in flames by more than 130 wildfires raging through 44 counties. Brutal winds fueled the chaos, turning neighborhoods into fiery infernos. Video captured streets ablaze as towering flames devoured homes. Thick, black smoke billowed into the air, blotting out the skyline and reducing visibility. Emergency officials evacuated several areas, including Stillwater and Norman, as residents rushed to escape the destruction.